On October 10, 2006, Tom Cruise Day was announced in Japan. The Japan Memorial Day Association said he was honored with a special day because of his love for Japan and his close connection with it. The following year, Tom played a minor role in the war drama Lions for Lambs, which failed the box office. That was followed by an unrecognizable performance as Les Grossman in the 2008 comedy Tropic Thunder. The partners on the set were Ben Stiller, Jack Black, Robert Downey Jr., and the director was also Ben Stiller. Cruise got another Golden Globe nomination thanks to that project. Also that year, Tom played the main role in the historical political military thriller Valkyrie, which was a commercial success. Between 2002 and 2009, Tom Cruise was nominated for 7 Saturn Awards, winning once. In general, this can be considered the best period in the actor's career. 9 out of 10 films in which he starred over a decade were commercially successful at the box office and got over $100 million. In the summer of 2010, the comedy Night and Day was released. It was the second joint work with Cameron Diaz after Vanilla Sky.
They left us awestruck, entertained, and wanting more. Show me the money.
Then Tom Cruise again played the role of Ethan Hunt on the screen in the 4th part of Mission Impossible: Ghost Protocol. In that film, Tom Cruise performed some unimaginable tricks of his own. For example, holding onto a safety rope, Tom, at a height of several hundred meters, jumped on the facade of the high-rise building named Burj Khalifa, at the level of about the 130th floor. And that was at the age of 49, while young actors were filming on a green screen with stuntmen. It's crazy. The film made a record amount for the series of $694.7 million from the release. In mid-2011, Cruise started filming the jukebox musical comedy Rock of Ages, which failed at the box office despite an extremely successful start. At that time, Tom was already working on the film adaptation of the novel by British writer Lee Child's One Shot. The actor played the role of Jack Reacher in the film of the same name, although again he almost suffered due to the height. Some fans of the series of novels actively spoke out against the casting of Cruise due to the fact that the actor's height did not match the characteristic of Reacher in the novels. The original author defended Cruise, saying, "Reacher's size in the books is a metaphor for an unstoppable force, which Cruise portrays in his own way. With another actor, you might get 100% of the height, but only 90% of Reacher. With Tom, you'll get 100% of Reacher with 90% of the height." The film was positively received by critics and collected $218 million, thereby ensuring the possibility of continuing the series. On June 29, 2012, Katie Holmes filed for divorce from Cruise. Many believe that it happened because of the desire of the actress to put herself and the child out of the Church of Scientology. There is an interesting fact. By a strange coincidence, all 3 of Cruise's wives filed for divorce at the age of 33. Cruise was having a hard time breaking up. Colleagues on the set of the film Oblivion, in which the actor starred at that time, said that one of the most famous actors on the planet at that time looked like one of the saddest people on Earth. As a result of the divorce process, Cruise did not receive custody of his daughter at all, and because of that, refused the visitation rights offered to him. Tom provides quite a large amount for the child. He pays more than $33,000 a month for the care of Suri. In 2013, Joseph Kosinski's science fiction film Oblivion, based on the director's graphic novel of the same name, was released. Cruise has been showing interest in the film for a long time. The most difficult scene on the set was when Tom's character took a break to admire the view and water a flower. It was shot when Cruise was sitting on an 800-foot or 240-meter cliff at the top of Iceland's Jálhator on the route of Langakoll, which is accessible only from a helicopter. The film received slightly mixed reviews from critics, but got a pretty good box office. Then, Tom starred in the sci-fi action movie Edge of Tomorrow with Emily Blunt. The film was an adaptation of the 2004 Japanese light novel All You Need Is Kill by Hiroshi Sakurazaka. Warner Brothers spent over $100 million just to advertise the film, but it was worth it. The movie received positive reviews from critics who praised the plot, direction, action, and performance of Tom Cruise and Emily Blunt. In 2015, Cruise starred in the fifth part of Mission Impossible, Rogue Nation, where Simon Pegg as Benji and Jeremy Renner as William Brandt also returned. We can also guess that the stuntmen did not return there again. Tom continued to amaze the audience with his courage and recklessness, performing incredibly dangerous stunts. For example, there was a scene in the film when Cruise's character took off on a military cargo plane while being outside. The actor was told how a movie scene should look like and that it would not work to shoot it live. But Cruise said that they should try. He was offered to replace him with a stuntman, but he just wanted to do it himself. And he did, being attached only by a meter-long rope. The first thing the 53-year-old actor thought about when the plane took off was, "Holy shit, I'm really doing this!" The film did not break the box office record of the previous part, but showed a quite similar result. In 2017, Tom Cruise starred in the relaunch of Boris Karloff's horror film The Mummy from 1932. In the movie, Tom Cruise played the role of U.S. Army Sergeant Nick Morton, a soldier of fortune who accidentally unearthed the ancient tomb of the trapped Egyptian princess Amet. Although the new film adaptation of The Mummy received negative reviews and wasn't much success at the box office. The following year, Tom reprised the role of Ethan Hunt in the sixth film of the series, Mission Impossible: Fallout. Each time, the actor's tricks, which he performed himself, became more and more dangerous because in that part, Tom made a jump from an airplane from a height of 7,000 meters. At the time of filming, the actor was 56 years old. There were also injuries. In one scene, Tom made a jump from the roof of one building to another, between which were 5 to 6 meters. The film was more positively received by critics than the previous parts of the series and grossed more than $791 million, updating the franchise's box office record. It was not surprising that thanks to such a success of the series, 2 more planned sequels await us. During the filming of Mission Impossible 7, Tom Cruise was spotted on the roof of a train that was moving at a speed of 60 miles or 97 kilometers per hour. It's scary to imagine what kind of madness he will agree to for the sake of the 8th movie. Meanwhile, in May of 2020, it was reported that Cruise will play the main role and produce a film shot in outer space. Doug Liman will be the director, screenwriter, and co-producer of the film. Together with Cruise, they will go to the International Space Station as part of the upcoming Axiom space mission on SpaceX Dragon 2 spacecraft. Now, in the near future, the premiere of Tom Cruise's new project, Top Gun: Maverick, will take place. Director Joseph Kosinski has already worked with the actor on Oblivion, and now he has worked on the sequel to the original 1986 film. The film was supposed to be released in 2019, but was repeatedly postponed due to the COVID-19 pandemic, as a result of which it is going to be released in 2022. Cruise often gets into some scandalous stories. In May of 2001, the actor filed a lawsuit against gay porn actor Chad Slater. He told Celebrity Magazine Actu-Star that he had an affair with Tom Cruise. Tom rejected that statement and the court ordered Slater to pay him $10 million. The case dragged on, but after 2 years, the porn actor said that his story was a lie. Cruise also sued the publisher of Bold magazine, Michael Davis, requesting $100 million for claiming that he had a sex video with the actor, proving that Cruise was gay. The lawsuit was dismissed in exchange for Davis's public statement that Tom Cruise was not in the video and that the actor was heterosexual. In October of 2012, Cruise filed a lawsuit against In Touch and Life and Style magazines for defamation. They claimed that Cruise left his 6-year-old daughter. During the settlement of the dispute, Tom stated that he had not seen his daughter for 110 days due to the workload of filming. The lawsuit was settled. It happened, of course, that Cruise himself had thrown oil on the fire. In January of 2004, the actor made a very ambiguous statement. "I think it's an utter waste of time. There's nothing scientific about it. Communication is a good thing, but I think people get more mentally out of having a good meal or going for a walk. I think psychiatry should be outlawed." There he added that he could not believe that electroshock therapy was still being used. Cruise thinks it's definitely doing more harm than good. The very same statement raised a lot of noise, especially among actors who attend psychotherapy sessions. However, the controversial religion of the Church of Scientology refuses to accept psychiatry as a legitimate form of self-improvement. Later, in 2005, Cruise openly criticized actress Brooke Shields for using Paxil, paroxetine. It was an antidepressant to which she attributes her recovery from postpartum depression after the birth of her first daughter. Cruise argued that there was no such thing as a chemical imbalance and that psychiatry was a form of pseudoscience. In response, Shields said that Cruise should continue to save the world from aliens and allow women experiencing postpartum depression to decide for themselves which treatment options are right for them. That led to a huge debate between Cruise and Matt Lauer on the NBC Today program. In August of the following year, Cruise visited the actress at her home and personally apologized to Shields for his comment. Touched by that gesture, she accepted Cruise's apology. In May of 2021, after a scandal and controversy surrounding the Golden Globe Awards broke out, the actor returned 3 of his Golden Globes to the Hollywood Foreign Press Association. In particular, the reason for that was the lack of diversity, the absence of people from BME, and ethical issues related to financial benefits for some members of the award. Tom Cruise shows his love for extreme sports not only on the set of films. The actor enjoys skydiving, scuba diving, and piloting his Pitts Special S-2B stunt plane. He owns and operates a World War II P-51 Mustang with the inscription Montana Miss. He later changed it to Kiss Me Kate. Once on the show The Late Late Show with James Corden, the actor jumped with a parachute together with the host James Corden from a height of 12,000 feet, or 3,657 meters. The actor has several houses. He lives moving between Beverly Hills in California, Clearwater in Florida, Dulwich in London, and East Grinstead in West Sussex. Thanks to his friendship with David Beckham, he became a fan of the Spanish football club Real Madrid. Tom Cruise regularly tries to help charities and people who really need help. He made donations, sparing no expense, to the Ashley Flint Fund, the Tsunami Relief Fund, the Diabetes Foundation, the Moms.biz, Hillary Clinton's campaign, and the Church of Scientology. Cruise co-founded and collected donations for Downtown Medical to offer the lifeguards of New York on September 11th detoxification therapy based on the works of L. Ron Hubbard. Tom was criticized by doctors and firefighters, but Scientology leader David Miscavige awarded the actor the Scientology Freedom Medal of Valor Award at the end of 2004. Also, we know the story about Tom Cruise, Steven Spielberg, and 20 other team members' visit to Lexington, Virginia Dairy Queen during the filming of War of the Worlds. The actor saw a jar with a photo of Ashley Flint and the story that happened to her. Flint got into a go-kart accident, leaving her family with a mountain of hospital bills. Tom didn't hesitate to put $5,000 in the jar. Most likely, that was not the last time that Cruise decided to help a stranger. Now, Tom Cruise is filmed less often than before, but films with his participation are still eagerly awaited by fans around the world. We are sure that a lot of good things are waiting for him in the future, both in the vastness of cinematography and beyond. We know that there are no boundaries for Tom Cruise. His films have grossed over $4 billion in North America and over $10.1 billion worldwide, making Tom Cruise one of the highest-grossing stars of all time. Surprisingly, with all his experience with blockbusters and the skill to attract big box offices, Cruise has not yet starred in any Marvel movie, although he could. Not everyone knows, but Marvel planned to shoot Iron Man back in the 90s, and then it was Cruise who was the main contender for the Colt role. But the work had reached a dead end. But that was probably for the best, because the picture would have most likely become a failure.